Number 6. Colorblindness. Colorblindness, specifically red-green colorblindness, actually has a documented military advantage. Here's why. Camouflage works by blending colors together. Green uniforms and green bushes, tan gear and sandy terrain. The human brain fills in the pattern and sees one thing instead of two. But a person with red-green color blindness doesn't process color contrast the same way. Instead, their brain becomes hypersensitive to differences in texture and brightness, the very things that camouflage tries to hide. During World War II, the US military actually recruited colorblind soldiers specifically for reconnaissance missions because they could spot hidden enemy positions that fully color-sighted soldiers completely missed. So while the world was telling these people they had a flaw, the military was saying, we need exactly that. Moving on to number 5, pain tolerance. In most areas of life, being able to feel pain is a gift. It's your body's alarm system. But in combat, that alarm can get you killed. There's a rare genetic condition called congenital insensitivity to pain, where a person's nervous system simply doesn't register pain signals the normal way. But even outside that condition, some people sit at the extreme high end of the pain tolerance scale due to genetics, nerve density, and how their brain processes nociceptive signals. In a combat situation, a soldier who can take a wound and stay functional, stay focused, stay moving, complete the mission, has a survival advantage that no amount of training can fully replicate in an average person. Historical accounts from warfare are filled with stories of soldiers who kept fighting through injuries that would drop most people instantly. Some weren't just tough. Their biology was simply built different.
Number 4. Short sleep latency. The ability to fall asleep fast, anywhere, anytime. This one sounds small until you understand what sleep deprivation does to a soldier. After 72 hours without sleep, cognitive function collapses. Decision-making, reaction time, emotional control, all of it deteriorates. Soldiers have accidentally fired on their own units because exhaustion broke their judgment down completely. Short sleep latency is the ability to fall asleep in minutes, sometimes under 2 minutes, regardless of environment. Cold ground, noise, stress, discomfort, none of it stops these people from dropping into restorative sleep almost on command. Napoleon Bonaparte was famously known to fall asleep on horseback and wake up refreshed. While this sounds like legend, short sleep latency is a documented neurological trait. And for a soldier who has a 20-minute window between patrols, the ability to actually recover in that window rather than lie awake staring at the dark could be the difference between a sharp mind and a fatal mistake.
Number 3. Photographic memory, or more precisely, eidetic memory. True eidetic memory is rare, but it exists. And in warfare, the ability to perfectly retain information you've seen once is almost unfair. Study a map once and recall it perfectly in the dark. Memorize an enemy's patrol patterns after watching them for 1 hour. Read a mission briefing, close the paper, and operate off a mental image for the next 48 hours. Intelligence officers, snipers, and long-range reconnaissance soldiers deal with environments where there's no time to check notes, no screen to reference, and no room for, I think the building was on the left. You either remember exactly or you don't come back. People with eidetic memory aren't just good at memorizing. Their brains retain visual information in extraordinary detail, almost like a photograph that doesn't fade. In a theater of war where information is everything, that is a weapon in itself. Number 2. Reaction time. The average human reaction time is around 200 to 250 milliseconds. That's how long it takes from the moment your eyes see something to the moment your body responds. But some people, due to faster nerve conduction velocity, superior neuromuscular coordination, or simply exceptional natural wiring, operate at significantly lower numbers. We're talking 100 to 150 milliseconds in some documented cases. That gap sounds tiny, but at that scale, the difference between 250 milliseconds and 120 milliseconds is the difference between the bullet missing you and the bullet finding you. In close quarters combat, in ambush situations, in the split second between being targeted and being hit, fast reflexes aren't just an advantage, they are the margin that keeps you alive. Interestingly, reaction speed isn't purely trained. While practice and experience sharpen reflexes, the baseline is largely genetic, determined by the speed at which your nervous system can process and transmit signals. Moving on to the number 1 ability, neuroplasticity. The brain's lifelong ability to adapt, physically rewire itself, and learn entirely new skills at any point in life.
Stroke victims have used neuroplasticity to relearn how to walk and speak, their brains physically rerouting function around the damaged area. Blind individuals have had their visual cortex rewire itself to process sound with extraordinary precision. Soldiers who suffered traumatic brain injuries have recovered abilities that doctors told them were gone permanently. And this ability didn't appear overnight. Neuroplasticity is the exact reason humans survived for millions of years and clawed their way to the top of the food chain. Not the strongest animal on the planet, not the fastest, not the one with the sharpest claws or the thickest skin, but the one whose brain could adapt to any environment, learn from any mistake, and pass that knowledge forward to the next generation.